Good morning. Okay, dreams that I had. First dream that I remember having, it was in this cul-de-sac neighborhood, and I think I was a teenager. I didn't look like me. I was me, but I was in somebody else's body. And it was Halloween. It was during the early evening, so it was still pretty light outside, and all the little kids that go out during the day were going out with their parents trick-or-treating. And I had my costume was this all pink bodysuit and these thigh high pink boots that looked like stripper boots. And I remember how difficult it was to walk around the neighborhood with them. And I was just kind of getting a lay of the land and figuring out where I was going to go later that night to get the most candy. And I came to this one particular house, and this woman answered, and she looked fabulous. She was dressed in really witchy clothes, and she had lots of jewelry, and she had long nails, and she had a couple of other women with her that she was calling her sisters. And um, for some reason, I was very trusting of this woman, and she was like, "Hey, why don't you come inside? And I love your costume and all this stuff." And she seemed so young, like maybe only 20, 25, and I was probably 12, 13, maybe 14 at the most in this dream. And she said, "Come inside, we're just getting our candy ready." And it turned out that she was a witch, and I don't know what she was going to do to me, but it was really bad. And something about, I don't know how I got away, something about a television set, and I was able to turn on the television set, and the chaos of the television was somehow paralyzed her, and so I was able to escape out the front door. And after I got out, I was, breathing heavily, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I have to warn all the other kids." And that was my mission throughout that next dream, was warning all the kids I could. And of course, nobody believed me, and a bunch of kids went missing. And later on that night, I teamed up with, it wasn't like she felt like she was my older sister, but she wasn't. She went with me to that house, and she's like, "No, we're going to go and we're going to kill them." And I was too scared to go back in, but she was like, no, she wasn't scared at all. She was like, "We're going to do this. Come on, let's go. Show me the house." So we found the house, we went in, and also I want to add that everything looked like it was set in the 60s. The houses were very 60s, the cars were 60s, the way the woman was dressed was, I don't know, very strange. Maybe some strange mixture of 60s and modern times. It was interesting. Um, and then we did go in the house, and I can't quite remember what happened, but there was some sort of magic battle, and I'm pretty sure we won, because I don't remember anything bad happen or anything stressful happening. I just remember being like, yeah. And that's it. And another dream I had was about my family. It was set at my childhood home on a dead end street in the country, and my my whole family was there. An extended family was there. Cousins were there, and my grandmother was there, and my sisters were all there. And it was something about, my sisters were trying to leave with me and go somewhere and go camping. And my sisters were pretty fed up with how my parents were acting, and they were just like, "We've got to let's just get out of here and have a sisters weekend and decompress." And I had to take a bath before, and I was trying to pack, but my mom kept sabotaging the packing. And so I took a bath, and then my mom brought me shampoo, conditioner, soap, and body wash. And I started using it, and then my sisters were waiting for me in the car. Like, I should have been in the car by now. And I went to shampoo my hair first, and then I noticed it was like really kind of sticky, like it was petroleum jelly or something like that. And then I tried to wash it out, and I tried to conditioner it out, and it just it didn't go away all the way. So my hair was just really greasy and gross. And I got out because I just didn't have time to fuck with it. And I was really mad at my mom because um, she had put some other kind of hair product in a shampoo bottle that still said shampoo and didn't tell me. And I felt, in the dream, it felt like she had done it on purpose to sabotage my time. And it did actually make me miss my rendezvous with my sisters. And I was really mad because I ran out in a towel with my hair all gross, and I was telling my sisters, hey, mom did this thing and blah. And my mom was like, well, you should have known. Why didn't you check first? And I said, it fucking said shampoo. And I did curse in this dream. It fucking said shampoo on the bottle. How was I to know? Why would I think that it wasn't shampoo when it said shampoo? Unless you told me you'd reuse the bottle for something. And she's like, oh, well, I didn't mean to. So basically, stop being such a dramatic, angry bitch. And I was so fucking mad. And then a bunch of cousins came. I noticed all my cousins were in the living room. And I think then I got in my own car, and I went to go and try to find my sisters in the woods. And for some reason, I pulled out of the driveway. I drove all the way to the end of the dead end side, and then back up to the highway. I don't know why. And I noticed that there was a fuck ton of cars in the driveway, and that just struck me in the dream. And I still remember that. Strange. And that's all I remember of those two dreams. And then the last dream I remember having was super abstract, really strange. I was in this place that I remember, it's another basement dream. I remember going down to the basement, and at first it was a basement, but then my friend and I put these big fluffy headphones on and turned on this cube, and all of a sudden it was this virtual reality thing. And it was strange because the dream felt and looked, and the basement looked like, and we were dressed like it was, I don't know, 1995. And even the cube looked like a Nintendo set from the mid-90s. But but we were in this dark, like, industrial building, and it was very, very dark. And there was a couple of black lights and a couple of like infrared lights, and that was it. And so our eyes adjusted, and then this black guy appeared, and he was like, so welcome to your training. And I was like, sounds about right. And he said something about you're gonna need to tune in to be able to see the rest of the people that are invisible. He called them something else, but apparently I didn't realize it until I tuned in. There were lines of these very buff, muscular men and women that were invisible. And when I tuned in to see them, I couldn't really see. I couldn't see how. I'm like trying to think of how I can explain this. It's kind of like they were skinless, and instead of being able to see, as you see me right now, like their muscles, just outlines of their muscles. Anywhere there was a bit of muscle definition, you could just see that part. Like the spaces in between the muscles were the only places that were highlighted. And and it looked as if it was either some type of strange bodysuit or 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 muscle, like they didn't have skin. So it was really cool. So apparently he was training me to be one of those, and he was also super flirtatious, and we ended up like dancing together and doing a little bump and grind, which was super hot and super fun. And it was very interesting because I remember being in two places at once in this dream. I was in the virtual reality, but then when I felt the guy's body, um, I was also back in the basement with my friend with the headset on and the box going. And I remember sitting down on a pile of sleeping bags and being like this kid, this like, I don't know, 12 to 14-year-old kid sitting in a basement playing virtual reality video games, but at the same time, I was me in this virtual reality world way far in the future as an adult. And I can only explain this just by saying dream logic. It was definitely beyond the third dimension, beyond fourth dimension stuff. It was like 5D, or like, as far as I understand 5D, it seems like it was that because the way time was and the way I can't explain it very well. But yeah, that's how it was. It was this fifth dimension experience where I was two places, two people. Time was different. The sharing of two worlds at the same time seemed to be possible and totally normal. And yeah, and that was it. And then I think my alarm went off, which I ignored. I'm not going to go work out today or do any of that because I feel sick. So today is a rest day. um, I don't think I took any dream supplements or any supplements yesterday. I think I took St. John's wort, but that's it. I'm definitely dehydrated. And I slept for quite a while, actually. I think I went to bed probably around 10, maybe 10:30 at the very latest, because I fell asleep petting my cats on the couch. And my alarm went off at 8. So I slept for a really long time. Extra sleep will always make you dream more, and you're more likely to get lucid, or at least experience a little bit of lucidity during those extra hours of sleep in the morning. So yeah, there's that. All right, I'll see you later.